Hello, group number one, and welcome. Let's see who you really are and why you came here. So, your astro dice that came out is Mars in Scorpio in the 12th house. Mars and Scorpio are both very lusty. So, I feel like there is this playful, sensual element to you that just makes up your soul, your spirit, your personality. There's like this flirtiness, this sort of like serious flirtiness, though I don't know how to describe it. It's like this raw, like of the earth, goddess, godlike. I don't know how to describe what I'm seeing, but it's very intense. Many of you are probably going to have a major health journey in this lifetime. So what does that mean? That means getting healthier, really studying the body, exercising, getting into health foods, nutrition. You may even, some of you struggle with some sort of genetic disease. Now, I'm not predicting this, so you would already know if this was the case here, or you're preventing one from happening. But there's some sort of genetic thing that runs in your family that you're either preventing in this lifetime and literally changing your DNA within this lifetime, which, you know, some scientists argue that that is not possible. A lot of shamans and spiritual people of many different cultures believe that you change your own DNA during your lifetime and then pass those genes down when you have children, and that's how they mutate over time. I don't care what the debate is. I feel like there's a big focus in this lifetime on health and healing and, you know, having a body, taking care of your body and your mind and your soul and aligning them with Mother Earth. So that is a huge focus there. With Mars and with Scorpio and the 12th house coming together, I also feel like for some of you, there may be some sort of sexual trauma that you have dealt with in this lifetime. And this could even just be people lusting after you a lot and not really committing to you or taking you seriously. This can refer to a lot of different things. And so many of you may be strong advocates, people who speak up for that type of behavior and how normalized it is in society. Also, with 12th house energy and Scorpio coming out together, you guys are very strong psychics or mediums, shamans, people who exist on the bridge between this world, the lower worlds, and the upper worlds. So, this world and spirit, essentially. You are able to naturally weave in and out of these realms, and the 12th house is a very difficult house. It is one where you've had to go through tremendous trauma, hardship, and struggle in this lifetime in order to unlock your ability to be a very strong healer and to have these abilities to communicate with other realms, the realm of the subconscious and the superconscious, just psychologically, but also like the realm of this earth and spirit, the upper world, the lower world. Many of you are tremendous healers in some way, shape, or form, whether that is just psychological, scientific, like medical, or like a more spiritual type of healer, holistic healer. I'm seeing doula. The word doula is coming out, so I wonder if some of you guys do that. Some of you I'm even seeing may work in, this is very specific for like maybe a few of you watching, may work in the funeral industry. You are present oftentimes throughout your life at these portals where life in this middle world, in this physical reality, opens up to spirit. These portals pop up all the time, everywhere. And you are almost like not like a keeper of this portal, but you help energy flow back and forth. So that could be helping people give birth. That could be helping people mourn. That could be working with people to visit their traumas and heal, through psychotherapy. It could even be just transmuting stories from ancestors, stories from different realms that you are able to connect with through your own imagination. There are so many different ways in which this life purpose can come forward, and we're going to dive even deeper into this in a second, but I want to see what these cards have to say. So this is from the Giant Tarot. I'm reading 2 tarot decks as oracles, so just one card to represent you, and of course you have Judgment, and I shuffled all 78 cards. You got a Major Arcana card, and Judgment really is, I'm actually seeing this here. A lot of you are Earth Angels, okay? You come from the upper realms, and in shamanism, in a lot of beliefs, there are 5 upper worlds, upper realities, and the 5th one is the highest one, where a lot of angels, archangels, deities, spiritual ascended healers go. And in order to access those higher realms, you have to completely let go of your ego and find out how you are one of the beings who sing this reality into existence. It's very deep, and I feel like you come from that higher realm, and you purposefully came down here to do some inner healing work, sort of like some field work, I guess you could say, to help others ascend and not get stuck in negative, repetitive, karmic cycles. Okay, so you came here to sort of awaken people, work with them, so that way, the thing about this reality, the thing about being a human in this physical reality, is that it is really easy to work through karma in a life, okay, in a lifetime, when you're alive. It's really easy to allow your soul to grow, learn, integrate broken or shattered pieces of it back towards it, and make big changes. After you die, or before you're born, in this sort of timeless space, it is a lot more difficult to do that sort of work. And so you came down here trusting and knowing that your soul has enough wisdom to ascend back to those higher planes after you pass away. And I think you came here with certain soul family members, soul friends, as well as just the collective, with the actual intent to act like as a spirit guide or a healer, in the field, in the field, down here, working alongside people, viewing them as equals. But you carry a lot of higher wisdom, really high wisdom. Okay. And a lot of you probably with the 12th house and Scorpio and Judgment coming out have had life or death situations. And it doesn't just mean like you died and came back to life. This could be many different things. This could be severe trauma that makes you feel like you're insane. And some of you may have even gone through psychosis or some sort of debilitating, crippling illness or weird accident, or even like very strong mental health issues. Like you've gone through something that has pushed you over to the edge of the other world, I guess you could say, the spiritual realm. And you had to claw your way out of despair, out of pain, out of karma, out of suffering, tooth and nail. But in that crawl out of that hole, you learned how to ascend, and now you carry the wisdom to help others ascend. So, very strong soul purpose, all right? You have the King of Bows with these beautiful serpents here. And this shows me a little bit of your personality and your unique expression. So you're doing all of this. This all sounds very deep and important and wise, right? But you do it with a flair, like a very flirty, fun, sensual flair. And you laugh in this lifetime. You're creative in this lifetime. And you don't take life too seriously. And I think that is amazing. You have a great sense of humor. And you are just you have a very unique personality, and of course you came here to live in that unique personality as well, and to allow your very special assortment of energies to come alongside and have fun while you're here. So King of Bows also shows me a lot of you will be well traveled in this lifetime. Another reason why you're here is literally just to experience Earth at this exact time in humanity and reality, with all of the animals that are alive, with the technological advancements that are taking place, also with the lack of advancements that are taking place. Think of yourself as like this immortal time traveler, and you're like, what, Earth seems pretty interesting in like 2024, or like that general area of your lifetime. I'm gonna go visit there, and I'm gonna help people out. It kind of reminds me of the show Outlander, which I love. Oh my god, I have to watch the new season. I started reading the book as well. Anyways, wow, I'm getting so distracted. But she comes from like the 1900s, right? And she goes back in time like 200-300 years, whatever, to Scotland, and she ends up falling in love and wanting to stay there. And she was like a medical nurse, like a field nurse, and she carried a lot of that wisdom back in time. And there was a lot of frustrations with that because she's a woman, and obviously there was less women rights back then, and like people didn't believe her when she would give very knowledgeable scientific healing advice. And I don't know, I'm thinking of Outlander because I feel like you give off a similar energy where it's like you're here sort of as a time traveler, just enjoying, almost like vacationing in this time in the human world, but also trying to leave your mark, leave your impact as well. So that's very interesting. We have Beast with the number 33. Many of you are going to connect extremely deep with animals in this lifetime as well. I don't know why, I just feel guided to say that. Wow, you could barely see this card with the light. That's what it looks like. It says conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, and oppressors. Yeah. I get this sort of anger from your soul, almost, of like how you might be very outspoken, or like there's anger in your soul, which makes a lot of sense. It's like you're angry at the ways in which humans sort of treat each other in this time and in this space, and the inequality, the just absurdity, the violence, the hatred, the tension, many people being a slave to a system, not even realizing that they're a slave to the system. You're very awakened is what I'm seeing here. If you hear me take a break, it's because I'm drinking tea and water. Everyone stay hydrated, caffeinated. We have money. Okay, money with the King of Bows really stands out strongly to me. I feel like many of you may be business owners, or you fulfill this sort of life purpose through your career. And one of the human traits and characteristics that I think you shouldn't resist within yourself is chasing that bread. You can be this soulful, spiritual, wise, like earth angel, helping so many people out and make that money. Okay, you deserve to experience prosperity and, blessings and all of its abundance. Many of you, money may be quite a big karmic thing for you. So you may have like a rags to riches story where you don't have a lot of it, or you lose a lot of money, or there's something here about how you make your money that seems to be very important. All of my finances are now in divine order. Love itself knows my needs and is the source for all. I needn't cling to gain or fear loss. Every need will be met through offering all to the divine. And I don't know if you hear that honking outside. I always take honking as a sign from the universe. Like, yes. And we have the Pilgrim, which is a very beautiful card. And I'm going to read this to you from the book if I can find the book. And this is the number 20. So the number 20 may be important for you, or 1010 may be important for you. I was born at 10:10 p.m. It's a good time. All right. Also known as the Wanderer, the Traveler, or the Apprentice. And I do see traveling here with the King of Bows as well. So many of you will travel in this lifetime quite extensively. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. The archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. So not only are you interested in experiencing culture and life in this world, like outside of the boundaries of your hometown, but you also seek deep wandering and adventure within your own mind and really understanding the human mind, the human soul, the human spirit, philosophy, connection, all of that on both levels, both inward and outward. You are a traveler, you are a journeyer. Okay. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life, but the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Okay, so here's another clue into who you are. A lot of your friends and family, you may have heard at some point in your life, like, when are you going to get a real job? Or, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to have kids? When are you going to get married? When this, when that? It'll look different for all of you, but a part of your life path is very unconventional. And with King of Bows, like I said, and money and this message coming out, many of you might be business owners, or you have a very unique career path that is involved with healing the masses, waking people up, or just being a guide for people on their own deep inner psychological journeys or outward journeys. And, you are very comfortable in not sitting in the conventional. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. So your light attributes is that you're constantly learning, constantly growing, adapting, and studying life itself. You are a student of life. When you're in your shadow attributes, you may feel aloof, non-committal, and a little bit flaky. I love you guys. I would be your friend. I would totally be your friend. This is amazing. Okay. Now I have this deck that I made. I have never used it ever. I made it specifically for this reading though, and this gives us very particular life purposes, specifically looking at it through the lens of you deciding to be born into this life, coming into this life. Why? Oh my God, hold on. Why did you do that? And look at the card that popped out for you. Student of life. Didn't we literally just say that's what you are? You came here to expand your soul rapidly. Like I was saying in the beginning, when you're born into this realm, into this world, your soul can learn a lot quicker than it could, in the spiritual realm. You can expand a lot quicker and more in depth. So you literally came here to not only help others awaken, but expand your own soul, learn a lot and grow in your consciousness, your power, and just experience Earth at this time and learn what it has to teach you. You chose to come here, and this world is your school. And as you learn, you teach others as well. So you have this teacher-student dynamic within your soul, written in soul contracts, okay? Let's see if there's anything else that's going to come out. These are index cards, so it's kind of like weird to shuffle them. I don't want to like pick any cards though. I kind of just want them to fly out if they fly out. Maybe I have to be a little bit more, no. I don't know. Maybe that's the only one that wanted to come out for you guys. Going once, going twice, going thrice. Okay, student of life it is. Let's dive into your tarot to get some further insights into why you came here. Who are you? I want to know more about your personality. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is such a positive card. Those of you who have been watching me for a while probably know that the Eight of Wands is like my favorite card. It literally just shows a rapid transformation, forward movement. I'm seeing a lot of socializing. I'm seeing a lot of traveling, learning, obviously. But I do want to say, like, if any of you are in some sort of career path or life path where it's like you're on your own and your success is not necessarily determined, like you don't have a set income or a boss or anything like that, like if you're a business owner or artist or someone like that, I feel like you are going to experience in this lifetime like rapid success and transformation within that. It's in the cards for you. I feel like sudden increases in wealth may be, happening for you in this life. Very interesting. And you help inspire people to follow their passions, because when you first started following your passion, I feel like many people doubted you, and I could say the same thing when I started my business selling psychic readings online. Written psychic readings online, all of my friends and family were like, okay, but when are you gonna get a real job? Like, this is like, what are you doing here? Blah, 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 blah. And now that they see how happy I am and having like huge communities online, like now I notice they're all starting their own tarot online jobs, which I think is hilarious. All the people who hated me in the past are now doing exactly what, they hated me for. So I feel like you inspire people. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. I think your biggest problem, group number one, is that you have so many hobbies and ideas. Like, you're going to need several lifetimes to possibly like live out all of the hobbies and ideas that you have in your mind right now. And sometimes you can get stuck in like analysis paralysis because you're like, what do I focus on? There's a million things I want to do. Like, I want to start this business. I want to write this book. I want to, do this whole other idea that's totally unrelated with everything I'm doing. I want to go to school. I want to travel the world. I want to be a nomad. I want to have, a farm. I want to live in the city. What do I do? You know what I mean? It's like there's so many things on your plate, in your mind at least, that you want to do. It's like literally just pick one. Just pick something and go with it. Okay. Little tea break. All right. Who are you? Why are you here? We have the King of Cups. Oh my gosh. Your divine masculine is very strong. And this is a very spiritual card as well. Like I said, healer energy. The King of Wands is King of Cups. I said King of Wands. King of Wands is the healer, the psychic, the spiritual, the romantic, the emotional. But you also have the King of Wands, which is the creative, the visionary, the leader. okay, the business owner, and you're combining these two energies into one. So if any of you out there has had the idea on your mind to start a spiritual business, some sort of healing practice, or like just your own career path that's very yours in general, like business owner, freelancer, and it's involved with either creativity or the spiritual healing arts, emotional healing, romance, something like that, or combining the two worlds, 100% you should do that. Okay, 110% you should do that. It is in the cards for you. Okay. Who are you? Why are you here? Who are you? Why are you here? Why did you come here? Ace of Pentacles, again with the money. Some of you guys have a generational wound in your blood family of poverty, of lack, or the opposite, okay? Having a ton of money, but letting that control your life to the point where you're not allowed to be free and have your own personality. And look at that, the Queen of Wands is coming out as well. Your divine feminine and masculine matching. Yeah, and you came here to show people you don't have to be a corporate slave. Nothing wrong with a little corporate job, guys. But you came here to show people you can be your own leader, your own visionary. You can create your own communities. You can, focus on your passions, make a profit from those passions, be self-sustaining from those passions, and help people in the process. You don't have to live life according to other people's visions or plans. You can ground your ideas and grow roots with them, grow branches with them, and turn it into something much bigger than yourself. So many of you are creative visionaries. We have the Star reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I feel like at the time that you're watching this, many of you are struggling because you may not have that financial stability or that sort of success that you're looking for quite yet. Okay, you may not have this clear evidence that this is all going to work out for you just yet. And that can be very, very stressful and frustrating. Spirit is saying at this time to work more on your self-confidence and self-belief. I am seeing, and this has been a long time since I gave this message, do affirmations. Do affirmations of self-confidence. Affirmations of being successful in following your passions and creating a name for yourself. Being able to turn your ideas into a self-sustaining profit. We have justice coming out. Your hard work will pay off. You work with integrity. You don't take the easy way out. You take the way that is right, the way that is good, and it will be paying off for you. This is also showing integrating your shadow, doing shadow work and healing in order to create a strong foundation for your higher self and destiny to come forward. If there's still a lot of healing you need to do from the past, a lot of soul fragments that need to be retrieved, it is very hard for you to live your destiny out. So do that first. 5 of Cups in reverse, exactly. Healing from the past is going to be a big part of your journey towards fulfilling your life prophecy, your life destiny. You're going to have to heal from your past, even the past that happened in this lifetime, in order to see that money, in order to see that success in what you're passionate about. And for many of you, you're all going to be at different parts of your journey. Many of you may have recently felt like you've done all this inner healing work and it's time to claim your destiny. It's time to take these brand new steps into the future. Others of you may be at the beginning phase of your, healing journey. Really interesting stuff. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. A lot of this will stem from your childhood. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. Trusting that your passion, your vision is taking you somewhere. Trusting your creative urges and nudges, your intuition. Notice how that's on the third eye. Also, I'm seeing here, again, a lot of sensual energy, a lot of flirty energy. A lot of you came here not only to experience this life purpose through your calling, your career, but your relationships as well. And one thing that many of you will have to heal in this lifetime is how you navigate your relationships and either not being flaky and non-committal with people or no longer tolerating people who are flaky and non-committal. And lastly, we have the Six of Swords. Things are going to get better for you in this lifetime. I feel like First off, this is, again, confirmation of a lot of travel. I do see that. But things will get more stable for you for sure. I feel like there's going to be a period of like dark night of the soul, inner healing, inner turmoil, really uncovering your past, growing from it, embracing your destiny all at the same time, working towards your passion, your dreams. And during that time, it's going to be rough. You know, financially, things might be up and down. Mental health wise, things may be up and down. And this period may last a couple of months, a couple of years. I don't know where you're at. You may be finishing up this period for a lot of you, or you may be in the midst of it, or I don't know, but it will end. It will end, and you will get to that stable, solid ground and be able to have such a beautiful balance where you're living your passion, you're helping others, you have healthy relationships, and you're getting paid money for it. You can take care of yourself for it. It is possible, and you are going there. Everything that you're going through right now is taking you to that reality, that Garden of Eden way of being in this world and living in this world, and really feeling to the depth of your being like this angel, this earth angel, who is living in this beautiful vibration, very content, very peaceful, while down here doing field work and helping other people along the way. That is sort of your destiny. That is your calling. That is where you're going if you're not there already. And if you don't feel like you're there already, you know, everything that's taking place around you is taking you there. Even if you resist it, you're going to the same destination. So very, very beautiful soul. Thank you for existing on this planet. I really appreciate it. You're doing so much good healing work here and helping so many more people than you realize, just through your relationships, your calling, your ideas, your creativity, your energy. Like, just by living, you are fulfilling your life purpose. You don't even have to do anything special, but you are doing special things on top of that. So thank you. And yeah, that's your reading, guys. I'll leave it there. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see who you are and why you are here. So your astro dice, you have Neptune in Sagittarius in the 7th house. And Neptune already shows me that y'all are a bunch of aliens. Like, you do not feel like you're supposed to be here sometimes. Like, you just take a look at humankind and you're just like, what the heck is this? Like, what's going on here? Why am I here right now? And I do feel like many of you, your soul essence is not very human, okay? Now, this might sound a little bit nuts to some of you watching, but I really do feel like people's souls are mixtures of different things. Like, someone may have a lot of water energy in their soul with like a little bit of the moon spirit and maybe some like nymph energy, fairy energy, or another person may have, you know, a lot of tree spirit in their soul, with a little stardust sprinkled in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe not, but I feel like you're not from here. Like, some of you have so many past lives in more mystical realms, like as a mermaid spirit, a fairy spirit. My thing is, like, if you can think of something in your mind, it actually exists somewhere, you know, and your imagination, your mind is just a portal to other realms. And that keeps us connected to other realms. You know, we have these energy cords that attach us to so many different places. So anyways, yeah, I just feel like you guys aren't naturally like human. I mean, your body is, and I don't want this piece of information to separate you from the earth and the beauty of being a human and your ancestral lines. Like, that is so important to stay grounded in that. However, yeah, like, you're just very like otherworldly, and you may have otherworldly beauty. But I do think that the fact that you don't have that many, you know, past lives, I guess you could say. I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things, you are everything in existence. But when we boil it down a little bit more, I feel like you don't have that many, you know, lives as a human. And you may connect more to the realm of animals and plants and, mystical fairy tales, fantasy. Many of you guys probably do get lost in the world of fantasy a lot, either through books, reading, video games, movies, things like that. It just feels some people just live in that realm more than this physical realm, And I remember there's this guy on Instagram, probably TikTok too, and he collects rare books. And he collected a note that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote to someone who was trying to get him to do like an interview or something. And he was expressing a lot of regret for spending so many years, like focusing on the Lord of the Rings, which is so funny to think that he, thought that way. Looking back at how popular that is and how life-changing that whole series is for everyone, for a lot of people. But, I think his regret was, first off, that he was having a bad day, and he felt like he lived a lot of his life, like, in these fantasy worlds that don't exist. And it's like, that's not a waste of your life, I would argue. So you guys may be really big daydreamers, or just really into these other realms of existence, whether that be through fiction or fantasy, even the spiritual realm, and diving deep into that. I could identify with this a little bit myself too. I'm constantly traveling to the spiritual realm. I take a shamanic journey several times a day in my field of work. Like, I meditate several times a day, and I'm a very vivid dreamer. I daydream constantly, and when in my free time, I literally play video games and read books. So it's like, I totally resonate with you guys. I'm like barely on this physical plane of existence half the time, other than my body being here, which is delightful. I love food. I love, traveling, sex, all that good stuff. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. No, I'm kidding. Kind of. Okay, moving on. I give too much information. All right, I'm not on drugs. I will clarify that though. We have the Sagittarius coming out. Where is this reading going? Oh my god, you guys must be funny. I feel like you can create a nice banter, probably. We have Sagittarius coming out for you as well, which only further elaborates on this energy, because Sagittarius energy, I just feel like everyone who's a Sagittarius sun in particular, they're just never on this planet, man. They're just in their own little world half the time. They're just bumbling about life. I never know where my Sagittarius friends are, ever. They're the people who, if someone was I'll give you $100 if you can call someone and they're not going to answer the phone, that would be a Sagittarius. Y'all are just, and I'm not saying you are a Sagittarius if you're watching this, but it's showing up. And so I feel like a lot of you watching who select group number 2 probably has strong Sagittarius energy. But somewhere in your chart, at least, if you're into astrology. This is just showing this desire to travel the world, first and foremost, very similar to group number 1. If not travel the outside world, travel the inner realms of daydream, fantasy, creativity. So a lot of you are probably divine creators of some sort. Or I'm also seeing a lot of academia here as well, higher education, striving for more information. You are addicted to knowledge. I'm seeing that so strong. You are addicted to knowledge. And I feel like that is what keeps you coming back to this earthly realm. Okay? You're in a passionate love affair with learning. And you come back to this earth a lot in various forms, in various realms, not this particular realm always. Sometimes you may enter into a realm that has slightly different physics or maybe more mystical, and you may exist as a fairy or something, I don't know, or an alien, an elf. I am seeing a lot of elf energy from you guys, but anyways, you always come back into into this middle realm, middle world, some would say, to learn more, experience more, travel, okay, fill your head with wisdom, read books of this time, of this age and humanity. What does humans have to offer me? What can I learn? There's every single piece of time and human history, every single person you talk to, every plant you interact with, everything you interact with has something to teach you, and you are fully an addict of that, of chasing that knowledge, that wisdom, which is beautiful. I also see this sort of refined taste that a lot of you have, and if you haven't developed it yet, you are definitely going to develop this later in life, where you appreciate things like original artwork and first edition books and a beautifully crafted piece of furniture, not like IKEA, but like someone actually took the time to handcraft it, and pocket doors and stained glass windows, those sort of refined, and now I'm getting Taurus energy from this, those sort of refined, beautiful elements of humanity and life on earth at this time. It's timeless. It is something that has no value that you could put into numbers for you. And so I think you really came here to just enjoy the physical pleasures of life and the wisdom that you can learn at this time and space, okay? But on top of all of that, you have the 7th house, which shows you also came into this world at this time to interact with your soulmates, okay? You have a lot of your soul family that descended into the earth to be incarnated at this particular time, and you're like, hold up, y'all, don't leave me out. I'm coming too. And so it seems like a group effort, and I'm seeing a very specific vision clairvoyantly of you with a group of people, all like literally, and I'm seeing like on a cloud, like with these contracts, like planning out your lifetimes before you even were born, with a group of people. And you're all like, okay, I'm going to be born here and we're going to coordinate. We're going to meet at this time, this place. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's almost like you're going on a trip. You're time traveling. You're going on a trip to this realm with time, literally time traveling, coming from a realm that does not have time. Yeah, crazy. So I imagine you're going to have a lot of very significant relationships and beautiful experiences with people all throughout your life who will teach you a lot and who you will feel very familiar with. So we're going to get your oracle now. These 2 cards in particular are actually tarot cards, but I'm going to read them like oracle, just one card. And you have Temperance coming out. Wow, this is crazy. Group number 1 had Judgment. And it's funny because I used the whole deck. Like, you guys could have had minor arcana cards come out, but you have a major arcana card. And they also had a card that depicted an angel, and you have one as well, which confirms what I was thinking, that you guys plan to come into this life from the higher realms, from the upper worlds, okay? So you were very, very happy. Before you incarnated, you were in a space where time did not exist and only joy and peace and love exists. So, some would call it heaven. There's other words for it. You were there, and you very consciously decided to be born and to enter into this realm. And, you have a very fun energy about you. I feel like you came here sort of like on a vacation, kind of. And you may be thinking, who the heck comes here on a vacation? You, that's who, okay? Because there's so much for you to learn and see and experience. Think of life like that. It becomes a lot more fun and interesting. Like, imagine you're a time traveler and you're coming to this age in time. What would you see? What would you do? How would you enjoy it? Of course, there's frustrating elements of this time period. Don't get me wrong. But, enjoy the abundance where it exists, Temperance also is showing me that in this lifetime, you are probably going to battle with extreme emotions and learn how to temper them out. So some of you may have mood swings. You may have even been diagnosed with something like bipolar or borderline personality disorder. Not all of you, obviously. Or even just like an imbalance in hormones or something. Even just balancing your personal energies out, generally speaking, I feel like you are going to do at some point in your life. And also notice how she is keeping, or they are keeping, 1 foot on firm ground, 1 foot in water. That represents this angel's connection to spirit, the subconscious, the unseen realms of ideas and energies, as well as, it's just enjoying life, I think you balance those 2 energies very beautifully, and you can have deep philosophical discussions and, higher education, learning all of that, really appreciating the arts, the thought processes, the fantasies, while also, just getting down with like a burger or something, like getting high off a sunset, and this physical world, what it has to offer, and the material plane, really, like fashion and food and people and all of that good stuff. You vibe out on both realms, which I think is so cool. It was definitely a learning process, though. It took you some time to get there. Okay. You have the Page of Arrows, Ren. Beautiful air energy, very intellectual. I feel like you constantly have new ideas floating around in your head. Page of Arrows always reminds me of a writer or some sort of creator I do wonder if you guys are writers or readers. I keep coming back to books and stories and communication of some sort. Some of you guys may just be really good at, different languages. There's something here, though. Some of you may create your own community. I don't know why I'm seeing like dungeon master and not like the sexual kind, but like the nerdy kind. Maybe both. I don't know what you guys are into. Like you're a sort of leader in your own community. If not now, I feel like in the future, which is really cool. The page also shows me, and I'm just going to be honest here, a lot of you selected group number 2 may have some sort of child or children in the works for you in this lifetime that you came here to raise and enjoy. And, that's the life purpose in and of itself. So we have that as well, carrying down your wisdom, passing the torch, sharing your energies with the world, and also just enjoying your own inner childlike sense of fun. So you guys are really fun. I like this group. We have Cage. The number 27 may be important. Okay. And it says independence, freedom, revelation, release, reclaiming power. Okay. I just got the message, and this is not going to apply to all of you. Some of you who are watching may come from a country or location on earth where the government was very, very oppressive. And you had to escape, you had to migrate away from that, or the problems that were caused there. Some of you may have been directly involved with some sort of revolution, or you may really resonate with stories in history of revolution and reclaiming independence, like the French Revolution, the American Revolution. There's a lot of revolutions, just pick one, and you may be wondering, why am I such a fan of history? Like, why do I feel really resonant with this? And it's because I do feel like the past lives that you have had as a human were oftentimes, in that era and being a freedom fighter. Some of you may be protesters or outspoken, something like that. Now, if it's not political and government-wise, I'm also seeing some of you, this could have been your upbringing in general. You may have had like helicopter parents who tried to control everything you did, very like narcissistic, toxic, and you had to escape that. You had to free yourself from that and reclaim your power, your independence. Or this could even be abusive relationships in general. There is a story somewhere in your soul, in your history of reclaiming your independence. And this is a story that you tell lifetime after lifetime in various different ways. So yeah, a part of your life's journey in this rotation, in this lifetime, will involve reclaiming your independence, financial independence, political independence, spiritual independence, emotional independence, and, it'll come with a lot of revelations for sure. We have forgiveness. So all of that healing will also require forgiveness for sure, because there is going to be a lot of anger and resentment tied to the people or institutions that caged you in the first place. And holding on to that anger, that resentment can keep you trapped karmically in repetitive cycles, or keep you trapped in this world into a reincarnation cycle. So that is one area of life that you would benefit from. Forgiveness, releasing it. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. Just radically accept people for how they are, and radically accept what you've been through for what it is, and move on, move along. We have the cave coming out as your archetype, and I'm going to read this from the book. The number 32, it may also be significant for you in some way. Also, the ages 27 and 32, or the time period between that, which is your Saturn return, may be extremely significant for you and your life's journey and how things will develop. Okay, the cave, also known as the dark, the portal, or the interior. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It is a place of potent power, acting both as portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat, where one can see the true self in the darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. Within its walls and whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. Yet because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city, while the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend the fire. Oh my gosh. Part of, the reason why you came here was to understand yourself better, to explore not only this world at this time, not only the fantasy realms, the spiritual realms within the mind, within that your imagination gives you portal to, but also to discover yourself more and understand yourself better as an individual soul that is separate from all that is. So, wow, this is crazy. When your energy is in its light attributes, you carry the sacred center within you and you connect to that at all times. When you're in your shadow attributes, you may go through periods of withdrawal, isolation, and hiding. Wow. Okay. I created an oracle deck specifically for this reading, and I'm just going to shuffle it up and see what comes out. And these are going to show us why you came here. Who are you? What's your life purpose? From a very sacred perspective of yourself in the highest realms possible, your higher self. Why did they choose to come here? How are they being of service either to yourself or to other people? So let's see. Going once, going twice, going thrice. You had 2 cards that came out. Shadow Dweller, wow, which came out with the cave. There is still some important healing to do. There is unresolved karma. Hurt people, step into the light within, or the light of truth. I couldn't read my own handwriting. All right, Shadow Dweller, the cave. Guys, there is still some resentment, some anger, some frustration, some soul loss that you experienced from your upbringing and possibly from past lives that keep you reincarnating into this world. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, but all of this can be healed in this lifetime, and it will require a lot of forgiveness, maybe even journeying to, your unconscious, journeying deep within yourself, deep within that cave within yourself. This could also be known as the lower world in shamanism, in order to recover the parts of yourself that were lost to trauma, to frustration, to darkness. Okay, really, that's what it is. You came into this world, into this lifetime, to free the parts of your soul that are bound to this world, to this reality, and bound to the traumatic things that happened, bound to the fight. I am seeing past life healings as well. I keep coming back to war and revolutions and fighting for your rights. And those old versions of you in past lives were so attached to the fight, to the anger, to the resentment. They couldn't put that anger down. And that's what keeps part of your soul bound here. And that's why you came back, to retrieve those parts of you. Okay. And to learn more about you, to discover more about yourself, and to do intense healing from within. And you have Student of Life, which also came out for group number 1. You came here to expand your soul rapidly. So I was explaining this to group number 1. On this earthly realm, and I feel like we need one more card for some reason. On this earthly realm, it's a lot easier and faster, I guess you could say, to undo negative karma, to heal, and to expand your soul, or make changes, I guess you could say. This reality is a lot more malleable than being in the spirit realm, where you kind of are what you are, and time moves a lot differently. It's hard to describe. So a lot of people purposefully want and seek out being born as a human in this world, because you can do a lot of soul work in a very short amount of time. And even though it may feel very painful, it is not as painful as being stuck in spirit. So that's really interesting. I need one more card. I just feel like one card. Should we just pick one at random? Okay. You have Light Worker. Wow. You see the best possible future clearly for all of the world, every individual, every spirit. Your guidance is correct 100% of the time. You are gifted with this ability to give really good advice because you see the highest future path for everyone around you. So you came here also to do a lot of spiritual healing work for other people. And I do see that in Temperance with the wings. A lot of you came from higher realms. Simultaneously, like you're here for a lot of reasons, okay? Simultaneously to heal your own soul, to reclaim the lost parts of yourself, to help heal other people after you've done your own inner healing. Also to just experience life, to have fun, to learn a lot, because you're addicted to knowledge. Like there's a lot here. We have to do the tarot portion of your reading. I almost forgot. Okay. Who are you? Why are you here? Who are you? Why are you here? Wow, you had the sun come out literally just to have fun. More Sagittarius energy, fire energy, have fun. Also, the sun always reminds me of children as well. So again, some of you may be having children. I'm just saying. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, a lot of you are healing from like this trauma or energy that makes you more cold, calculating, angry, separate from your emotions, or out of control of your emotions. So a lot of emotional control and peace is being recovered in this lifetime, and a lot of fun memories are happening. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. You're playing so many huge roles in other people's karmic stories, guys. You trigger so much change in the people around you. It's not even funny. Like, oh my gosh. 5 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, recovering lost parts of your soul that are broken, that are cold, going deep within yourself to reclaim these parts of you, reintegrate them and experience this sunlight energy. We have the Fool coming out, diving head first. You see, this is you right before you were born. You know, you have an amethyst in hand, trusting that you're going to be protected, trusting the universe. The yellow dress represents optimism, and you fall straight into that portal, trusting that all will be well. On your journey, you're not going to get stuck. You are going to do what you have to do the deep healing work that's required of you. Have fun during the process. Meet so many amazing people. You came here with a group of people, all with similar intentions and purpose. Wow. And the Wheel of Fortune is also showing me that you are helping your soulmate tribe with their karma as well. Like you made certain agreements to meet at certain times, have certain events take place, give them certain advice, etc. To help them. Like you're all helping each other out, which is so cool. We have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, spiritual, deep spiritual work here. There's going to be moments in your life of intense loneliness or depression, like mental health issues, but it's in those moments where you're doing your deepest work. So 2 of Swords in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Family keeps coming back up. Almost all of you are going to have some form of family that's very, very significant in this lifetime. Even if it doesn't include children, a lot of you it does include children though. It could even be pets, plants, spouse. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Ace of Swords reversed, 2 of Swords reversed. Very interesting. I feel like you're getting a hold on overthinking. Mental health is a really big thing that's coming through here. The Devil reversed, exactly. You know, I was kind of picking up on this energy low-key for some of you. Oh, and the Empress, I didn't even see that. And we see someone pregnant here, just saying. there's a lot of positive cards here, but I was kind of getting the vibe. Some of you watching will overcome some sort of addiction. And this could be any type of addiction, drug, alcohol. You may be working with people with addictions. This could also be like a love addiction. We all have addictions. Like, let me just say that. I've never met someone who was completely addiction free. And you're sort of becoming a master of that in this lifetime. I feel like that's largely what you came here to learn. The Empress also shows just like you have the Empress, you have the Sun, you have the Fool, so much positivity. The Wheel of Fortune upright, 10 of Pentacles. There's so much happiness in the midst of this like deep spiritual work that you're doing here and this deep learning that you're doing here. Oh my gosh. 3 of Cups in reverse. There may be a point in your life where you lose either like a friend group, a very significant best friend, divorce, some sort of huge break that happens. And this may have already happened for most of you, because the people or person that you are breaking away from, they're like King of Swords energy or Devil energy, like really not good for you, really harsh, bad for your emotional state of mind. Learning how to let those people go and love yourself, give yourself, like connect with yourself. So often throughout your life, you're gonna have these repeating themes of like connect back with yourself, love yourself. Stop holding on to people that are treating you wrong. Your soul came here to love and be loved and be with people, which is why you keep like sort of holding on, clinging on to situations and people that do not offer you what you need. But it's really the relationship with yourself that you came here to master. And in doing that, ironically, you will connect with all of your soulmates, and connect with others on such a deeper level because you have connected with yourself. We have the Queen of Swords, exactly, mastering the emotions, mastering boundaries. Also, this is just proving to me like, very intellectual, very intelligent, good with your words. And we also have a whole family here of air. We had the Page of Swords, Page of Air, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So again, I'm seeing family, very intelligent family. Could be academic or just love talking, love learning. You and a soul tribe of people who love learning. Okay, final cards. Knight of Wands, there will be some traveling. We have the Ace of Pentacles, money, and 8 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, some mourning, some loss, walking away from people, from situations that did not serve you. Some of you may have also had to go through some major mourning, major loss in your life in order to sort of find yourself. It reminds me of like every single Disney movie ever made where the parents die. And that's where the story begins. And they have to find themselves and learn their power, learn their magic. It's a similar energy here. And I'm not, everyone experiences death, but I'm not predicting this, guys. I'm just saying, like, you probably already have had many experiences where you had some painful loss and mourning that awakened new energies within yourself. And you may ask the universe, like, why does this cycle keep repeating where I keep connecting with these douchebags who break my heart, or, death or loss, incredible loss keeps happening over and over and over again. My heart is going to break open. And that is the point. Your heart is breaking open, and you will start experiencing this insane amount of love and grace and gratitude and peace for the universe and all that is, because it's like your heart's going to get broken over and over and over again. This doesn't sound very positive, but I swear it's positive. To the point where like nothing but your own unconditional peace, love, and grace, like this sun energy, this Empress energy exists. So it's really, really beautiful. I feel like many of you are already starting to approach this point, which is great. Love that for you. And you'll start enjoying life so much more and help guide people who are going through similar hardships and struggles for you. But this lifetime is really all about connecting with yourself as an individual, the relationship with yourself, the relationships with others, and just learning as much as you can, because you're a full-blown addict to learning. Some of you do have an addictive personality too, though, so that's something to watch out for in this lifetime. Definitely avoid addictive substance or things that could be potentially addictive. And yeah, learn about the cycles of hormones and how they play into addiction is something that, maybe that could be the next thing you learn. It may be very helpful for you to figure out how you subconsciously create these patterns within yourself because you're chasing certain hormones. Okay. That is your reading, guys. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's see who you are, why you're here, everything about you. So you have Saturn in Capricorn in the 9th house. So Saturn is the planet of hard work, restrictions. It is the planet that rules over what we learn and the areas of life that we exceed in greatly after we go through challenges pertaining to that area of life. So Saturn is one of our greatest teachers, and having that in Capricorn shows me that you're going to work very, very hard. Everyone who selected group number 3 has a tremendous work ethic. I can already tell. And, it's just such a beautiful energy when these two flow together, because I feel like if you selected group number 3, you are going to be achieving so much in your career, in your life purpose, while you're here. And this is all expressing itself through the 9th house of Sagittarius, which shows a really big appreciation for matters of the mind and philosophy, spirituality, the arts, media, creation, and sharing your creative thought processes. So you guys, to me, are divine creators. And one of the challenges you may face in your lifetime is developing the work ethic to really put your creativity out there. So I really resonate with this personally. This is how I do readings, guys. I always have a personal story for everything, because Spirit always communicates, or frequently communicates to me through like my own memories, my own mind. And I'm just thinking about how, like, when I first started my business, I thought I was working really, really hard, and I really wasn't. Okay. And it took me a few years to really build up that work ethic and really push out a lot of creative material. And I'm still doing it. But I see you guys going through a similar journey here, where you're going to build and build and build this beautiful work ethic to really push yourself to put your creative ideas out there. You guys are here as co-creators of reality. You are singing this universe, this world into existence. It's a very important life journey, and you guys can be creators of any kind. You can literally just be parents. That's a creator. You created a human being. You could be musicians. You could be artists, actors. You could be in media, communications, decor, I don't know, architecture, design. Like, there's so many different ways in which being a divine creator can come through. So we're going to get some more cards here. These two are tarot cards, but I'm going to read them as oracle, and this will give us some insight into who you are. And of course, you have the 7 of Pentacles coming through, which totally resonates with what I just said about developing that work ethic and, like, where is my dream? Especially with Saturn coming out, this may be a big theme. Now, I'm not saying this is who you are at a core, like the spirit that is just frustrated all the time. No, that's not who you are at a core. But at the time that you're watching this, guys, I feel like you're in this temporary place where you may know who you are, but you're wondering to the universe, like, where is my success? Where is my dreams, my money, my goals? And the 7 of Pentacles is a beautiful card because it shows that you have worked so hard up until this point, and there is so much that's about to explode in abundance and prosperity for you. You just gotta keep pushing, keep churning out this work that you're doing, because you're nearly there and you're already starting to see a little bit of the fruits of your labor. And if you just keep going on the path that you're on, you are going to be extremely successful. I really do feel that. We have the ancestor coming through. This is the Hierophant in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And this is a beautiful card that shows spiritual connection to tradition. Now, I do want to point out, this did come out in reverse. I normally don't read reversals for this deck, but this particular card stands out to me tremendously when it comes out in reverse, because it really shows that while you respect the traditional way of doing things and making money and working and everything, like with relationships and so on and so forth, you really are navigating your own path here. You're creating your own path in the world. You may be like the first person to do a certain path, or you may be like breaking ground with what you're doing, innovating brand new things. There might be some engineers here as well, I'm hearing. Like you may be literally like doing some groundbreaking research or changes or creations, things that come only from your mind. Or you may be like the first of someone in your field. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. Like one of the first women, one of the first whatever, I don't know, in your field. Like whatever it is that you're doing, it's groundbreaking for you, or whatever you're feeling guided to do, it's very groundbreaking for you. So give yourself a little bit more grace, a little bit more slack, but keep working super duper hard. You know, that's the thing about being this groundbreaking person who's really carving their own path in life. You do have to work really, really hard. When you take the traditional path that is easy, you know, what works for people, the traditional 9 to 5, and, you know, the path that's been laid out before us, you know, you don't necessarily have to work quite as hard as following your own internal guidance, carving out your own path, being the first, being the leader, being the one who creates, the one with the vision. Like you have to work so much harder, and it is not for everyone. It really isn't. But I feel like you are someone who this path is for. I tell people all the time, people always come to me asking how to start their own business. And, you know, I always say, like, it is really not for everyone. Most people do not have what it takes to start their own business and make it successful. Most people do not, like, because that is your baby, okay? That is a child. If you don't want a child, because it sounds like too much responsibility, you're not going to be a good business owner either, because let me tell you, it's the same. It is the same amount of work and heartache and stress and anxiety, but it's so fulfilling at the same time, like, so fulfilling. So I feel like you're that type of person, though. We have shadow coming out for you. Wholeness, integration, repressed emotions, and mystery. In this lifetime, you will integrate your shadow attributes, your traumas, into your current consciousness. You will heal, you will ascend. We have perfectionism. I don't know why I keep coming back to, like, some of you guys are cooks or chefs, or you like cooking, and if it's just a hobby, or even baking, something like that, and if it's just a hobby right now, I do wonder for some of you, there's someone watching, group number 3 in particular, who has the idea of starting like a food blog, or writing a cookbook or something like that, or like having a foodie Instagram account. I don't know why that's coming through. It's just something I'm seeing. Or you may literally be like a restaurateur, or like a, you know, a chef or cook or something like that. I don't know why food is coming out for a lot of you. We have perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. And you know what? This is such an important life lesson that I think you're going to encounter, especially as a divine creator. You are going to have mistakes, and those mistakes are so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, one of my favorite things that I've been doing for like a year straight now is these ink drawings of flowers, and I do not use pencil whatsoever. I just take the pen in hand and I start drawing flowers, and every time I mess up, it's a permanent part of like the piece of art that I'm doing. That's just what it is. That's how it looks, you know? It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be creative. When you allow room for mistakes to happen, when you learn something, when you practice something, when you do something, it becomes fun. It becomes play. If you are stuck in this perfectionism, you're going to get nowhere. You're never even going to get started. You're not going to get, off the ground. Think of a child learning. They're going to make tons of mistakes. It's going to be so frustrating watching them do things. Oh my gosh. But, it's in their ability, the room that we give them to make mistakes because they're learning, that they're able to learn so fast. Children can teach us so much, man. They're so wise, low key. They learn so quickly. And why does that immediately stop when we're adults? We can sit here and go into the science of it, the biology of it. But really what it boils down to is the older we get, we give ourselves less grace, less room for perfectionism, or not for perfectionism, to make mistakes. That's what I meant to say. We become overly perfectionists. We become anxious of possibly messing up. And so I see here a need to reconcile with your inner child and give yourself that freedom. Ooh, you guys have the siren archetype, and I just saw 1, 2, 3 on the timer. Oh dear, we're gonna read this, you hotties. Okay, all right, I see how it is. All right. We have the number 18, maybe significant for you guys. This is also known as the temptress, the seducer, and the femme fatale. You guys are hot. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters. And the work of the siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent. Following her song, we go down, down, down to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. You guys awaken massive healing in people. And I see that in the ancestor as well. So you are divine creators for sure. However, there is a deep spiritual undertone to you. And many of you are extremely seductive. And you bring people to this point where their greatest shadows meets their greatest potential. And that is the working of the divine feminine. So you trigger massive character growth and development in everyone you meet. And some people can't handle that, okay? Here's the thing. You may know this, okay? You are like one of the best friends a person can ask for. You give so much in your relationships, in everything you do, even in work environments. You work harder than everyone there. And this is a fact. And you may have noticed this throughout your life and, been humble about it. No, I'm here to to confirm that for you. No, that is correct. You are correct in saying that. Okay, that's your siren energy. And in fact, many of you were sirens, mermaids, in past lives. And you may be saying oh, they don't exist on this realm. Well, guess what? There is a realm where they do exist. And you were one of them. And they used to exist on this realm. It's a long story. We're not going to get into it. But you have many, 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 many past lives as this energy. And think of it in a metaphorical point of view. You being, giving so much in relationships, being the best friend someone can ask for, the best worker a person can ask for, that is your seductive quality. And people fear losing you and they fear missing out on you. However, having you comes at a very deep price for people. And that price is that in order to keep you in their life, they have to integrate their deepest shadows and overcome their whatever the heck's going on, their ego, their traumas, their fears. So, and you will notice this repeat over and over and over again, and it can be a frustrating life. It can be a frustrating process because it's like say you're dating and you keep dating people over and over and over again. It's you give so much, you're so like the perfect partner, whatever, and it's like you ask for that same energy back from them, but in order for them to give that energy back, they have to face their fears, they have to overcome their shadows, they have to do this, they have to do that, and they may run away scared, or they may play games, or whatever, or there's going to be a very select few people on this planet who are brave enough to like sort of walk through that valley of the shadow of death, as they say, to reclaim their shadows and be strong enough to, be good enough to meet you at the vibration that you're at. Wow. Oh my gosh. So that explains probably a lot that you've experienced in this lifetime when it comes to your relationships, even like your jobs, your friendships, everything. Oh my gosh. You take people on this deep psychic descent to overcome their shadows in order to unlock their greatest potential. And I feel like many of you are light workers because you can see someone's greatest potential. This is a gift that you have. You always can see like the greatest potential of every relationship, friendship, job, everything that you interact with. That is the gift of the light worker. And you can help guide people to that if they're able to overcome their shadow and give you what you give them in return. Okay, because you ain't doing this work for free. I don't blame you. Okay. Following her song, we go down, down, down to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might, resisting the call may not even be an option, unlike I forgot how to say this. I literally Odysseus. How do you pronounce that, guys? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Unlike Odysseus. I know how to pronounce this. Why is it slipping my tongue? We bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It's likely, though, that falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more fully on the surface. Wow, you guys are powerful. Okay, when you're in your light attributes, you awaken sensuality, and you have an awakened sensuality, absorption, and arousal. And then when you're in your shadow attributes, there's a wickedness, adultery, wreckage, betrayal, or insatiability, and you can fall victim or you could be the one to do the damage there. Either one. Oh wow. And it says to go deeper, Lana Del Rey's album Ultraviolence. I love that album. Or J.W. Waterhouse's nymph paintings. Yeah, I feel like you guys were nymphs and like sirens, mermaids in your past lives. And like you still have that magical element about you that is extremely seductive. And the whole thing about nymphs in particular is, and this is how I view it, this isn't even based off of mythology, this is based off of my own shamanic journeys and talking to nymphs and having past lives as them. They rule over certain like tiny corners of the woods or rivers or streams or wherever in nature, or even in more populated areas. And anyone who stumbles into their neck of the woods, I guess you could say, they really treat them with a lot of healing, a lot of love, and like taking care of all of their needs. Every creature, plant, animal, human, whatever. But it's almost like they carry a strong Mother Nature energy, and because of that, they're very attractive and they're very like fertile, and that's why they're always depicted as these very sexual beings, because they are. That's how life happens. And, that's how I view them, okay? So you may have past lives as that, which makes you this extremely seductive person. However, I think one of your shadow attributes one of your pains, one of your challenges you'll encounter in this lifetime is feeling like people come to you and you give a lot to them and they develop so much. Like they come to you for character development and healing essentially, and then they leave and they're this better person, better off, because they met you, and what are you left with? They weren't able to meet you at that place where their shadow meets their greatest potential and overcome, and they were just a weakling and they got all this healing, all this love from you, and you're left with nothing. So that is one critical wounding that you may encounter in this lifetime, that you're being asked to sort of overcome and recognize. You have to go after people who are very, very strong. You deserve people who are very, very strong, and most people are not not going to pass that test. And let's repeat that. Most people are not going to pass that test. And you need to understand that, because you have the type of personality where you can honestly probably fall in love with anyone on this planet if, given the right time and circumstances, because you're just a very loving soul and you see the highest potential in everyone. You see where their greatest potential meets their greatest shadow. That is your gift. But you have to realize that most people cannot embody that and meet you where you deserve to be met. There is a sacredness about you that you need to really, really understand. And while it's okay to be someone's spiritual teacher, you should not be that person for the people that you're in intimate relationships with. And that's something I had to learn too. So I feel you on that one. When I first started doing all this spiritual work and really awakening my mediumship abilities, sorry, that's my phone telling me to go to sleep, but I'm not tired. I just ate a bunch of chocolate. Anyways, I had to realize within myself, I cannot guide or be a teacher for the people closest to me, because, it should be a mutual exchange, not something like that. Okay. You should not be the teacher, the therapist, the mother of, your best friend or your partner or anything like that. So that may be something you need to know in this lifetime, that you're learning, but let's get some more information. I made this, oh wow, okay. I made this deck specifically for this reading, and this is going to tell us why you came here on a very specific level. So in the higher realms, wow, all of these cards are just flying out. Hold on, two in particular fell to the ground. I feel like they're yours, and we'll just accept these. In the higher realms, before you came here, what was your purpose? Why did you decide, okay, I'm going to incarnate into this life? That is what we're asking, and a lot of cards came out for you, so there's a lot of reasons. The first one is called Black Sheep, and it says your soul purposefully chooses environments where you are the different one. Diversity alone brings beauty and growth to everyone involved. So what does this mean? For some of you, you may constantly find yourself in environments where you are that trailblazer, like we talked about earlier. You may, for example, live in a neighborhood where you're the minority, or you may find yourself in environments where you're the minority. I'll give you a personal example. Growing up when I was a child, I was in drumline in the percussion session, and I was the only female in those sections for a long time. That would be an example of the black sheep, or, being involved heavily in tarot and spirituality when it is not normal. That would also be a black sheep, or just having some sort of lifestyle that most people don't understand, your family doesn't understand, or even if you're so normal, which you guys aren't, but let's just imagine here, even if you're so normal, even just how you look, whether it's your ethnicity, your hair, your whatever, your culture, your religion, is not the main way of living where you live at. In some way, you're the one who brings diversity. Okay, does that make sense? We have soulmate coming out. Your friends incarnated here. You came as a group. Your love sends positive source love through the collective. Wow. Yeah, so you have a lot of soulmates here in the form of friends, lovers, etc. So you came here to continue the party with them, to continue the love and spread your good healing energy and help each other out in your soul's lessons. We have wounded healer coming out for you. You came here with two purposes: overcoming personal karma and weakness, and bringing as many souls with you as possible. So you're going to go through a process in this lifetime where Saturn, you're going to face many challenges. You're going to have many traumas, shadows that you're going to have to integrate back. And you're going to have to become whole again. You're going to have to pick up the pieces of your childhood and whatever the heck happened to you in life You're going to have to become whole again, integrate these shadow parts of you back into a whole, pure self. And as you learn how to heal yourself and whatever it is that you're afflicted by, you will gain the healing knowledge and wisdom to help other people heal. So it's a very shamanic type of archetype to be in. You know, you came here to help heal other people. But in killing two birds with one stone, I hate that expression, but you're also going to resolve your own personal karma that keeps you tethered to this world as well. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 special there. We have Wise Soul coming out, and it says, perpetually a student of life, you spread your wisdom to others and guide many souls. I can barely read my own handwriting. Perpetually a student of life, you spread your wisdom to others and guide many souls. Yeah, you guys are a lot more powerful than I think you even realize. Okay, like your essence being the siren and even having like the Hierophant, you're extremely, like an extremely powerful spiritual healer, connecting people with these other realms, with their subconscious, with what needs healing within themselves. And, you know, you came here, you traveled into this world to have fun, to do some healing work. And, you know, you're going to go back to higher realms and you're bringing as many souls with you as possible. So your positive energy, your love, your sense of humor, your light, it reaches very, very far in this world. And you may not even see it, because even if you just help one person, like say a friend, and you tell that friend like, you know, how amazing they are, and you help them reach their full potential, that friend will then spread their light to other people. And then those friends would spread their light to, like, you don't realize how far your light is actually spreading. Like, you are literally changing the world, co-creating this reality. That's what you came here to do, co-create this reality. And you know what? You had a vision of a more happy, peaceful life here on earth, and that is what you're creating. And the more you heal yourself and bring others with you on your healing journey, the more that vision gets sung into existence. So that's beautiful. And of course, you had Earth Guardian as well. You have a deep spiritual connection to the earth, which is so, so, so beautiful. And I knew that you were an Earth Guardian as well, because you literally have this siren mermaid energy. So you have a deep, deep connection with the earth, as well as the higher realms. So you're this sort of free soul that I'm feeling. And even with the ancestor, like, that's an Earth Guardian right there. You serve Mother Earth, protecting and healing lands, oceans, animals, people, etc. You care so deeply for like everyone, you know, everyone. You're very comfortable in many different realms and world. You're a true shaman, group number 3. Like, you're very comfortable in all of the realms. Like, you'll go into the underrealm, the dark shadows of the night, to help people heal. Like, that does not frighten you. And in fact, you may even throughout your life find a sense of peace in those areas. Like, you may have always loved horror movies, for example, or like scary supernatural things like that may excite you. Like, you are extremely brave and you go into any realm so happily, like the underrealms where deep, deep healing happens and ancestral memories are stored, and just so much. These middle realms and astral projection, some of you may be into that, you know, going to the upper realms and taking care of the earth. And like, you are just so comfortable in yourself and your own energy as a spirit that you are just so free to spread so much love and do deep, deep healing that many others are afraid to do in life. So it's so beautiful, and you guys are just awesome for existing and being born. Thank you so much. So we are going to finish off with some tarot to just see who you are, why you're here, anything that wants to come out from the Light Seers Tarot. And you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like there's something here about like your home space and your career. It's like, again, I'm getting this like sort of nymph energy from you where you're just really excited to have like your own little corner of the earth where you make as beautiful as possible. A lot of you may be into like art, decor, like sensuality. You're very sensual. Like, you like your home to be very beautiful and in like in an aesthetic way, even your fashion sense, your sense of fashion, your music and like candle scents, like you are very attentive to the sensuality of this earth as well as the deep impactful ways of spirit. I mean, you're literally a divine co-creator. You walk both of those worlds freely. You have to walk in spirit in order to get those creative ideas. And then you have to be very well versed in, this earthly realm in order to manifest that here. You have the 8 of Cups. Wow, this is such a healing card. It's going to take a lot of bravery in this lifetime for you to follow your true meaning, your true path, and your creative ideas, I think, because your creative ideas and what you want to do with your life is going to stray very, very far away from like the average life that people live here. 8 of Pentacles reverse. I am really getting creator vibes, guys. And it's coming out right next to the 8 of Cups. Some of you, like, you're going to go through this process, and you may currently be in this process where you're scared because you have a goal, either like a business or some sort of thing that a dream of yours that you want to manifest, but it's scary to take that leap of faith and go for it. And I understand that fear. And maybe some of you have taken that leap of faith and you're just working really hard to manifest it. Yeah, King of Wands in reverse. Guys, I feel like many of you have an idea that it's just a matter of manifesting it, and this idea could be like, I don't know, something big like quitting your day job and getting into acting or creating your own business or being a nomad or starting a side hustle or selling your art, putting your music out there, dancing, something. There's something here, an idea in your head that you really want to take off, but it's going to require a lot more hard work and organization. You're already on the right path, though. I feel like you're headed on the right path. It's just a matter of like staying, like keeping up with it, believing in yourself and working like even harder, harder than ever. Put some wrinkles on your face, give yourself like arthritis or something with all the hard work you do towards your dream. We have, 6 of Pentacles, exactly. It'll pay off. All the hard work you put in, you'll get results out of it, I promise. You have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, overcoming fear. It's going to be a big one for you. I also see for some of you, you may have been shyer when you were a child. Like you may have, wanted to just quiet, not really talk that much. I am seeing that, which is so funny to me because I see a complete 180 the older you get, where a lot of you may actually be in the public eye or putting yourself in the public eye in some way. Definitely very seductive, very attractive. So it's so funny that you go from being like shy, scared, to like working super hard and being very confident in yourself and, having your dreams unfold like this. You have a vision of like a certain life that you want to create, and Spirit's saying now's the time for it. Like don't delay any longer. Now's the time for its strength. You're strong enough. Many of you are really good like psychologically as well, in the psychological realms. You're a wonderful friend, wonderful in relationships. You have very deep discussions with people. Like you are literally the perfect friend, perfect partner, perfect worker, okay? And I just saw Ace of Swords came out kind of like on the side a little bit in reverse, so we'll take it in reverse. Yes, there's a little bit of confusion, like, okay, I put all this work into my relationships, but where is my soulmates? Where is my soul tribe? Okay, I put all this work into my business, my creative idea, my dream, my life, but where is the results? You may be asking that to the universe at this time, and Spirit is saying, be even bolder, work even harder. Like straight up. This message does not come through that often in reading, so I know it's for you. Be even bolder, work even harder towards it. Okay, be bolder in cutting people off who aren't right for you. Be bolder in putting yourself out there to people who may be right for you, who you're attracted to, who you want to be friends with. Put yourself out there. Work even harder towards your dreams, more. You know, take a leap of faith with it. I don't know. You only get one life. Keep going if you already feel like you're doing those things. You have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So much creative energy, creative potential. You guys are divine creators. And I think similar to group number 1, I believe it was, you're combining like this creative spirituality with this leadership passion and really being your own boss in life itself. So that's an interesting combination. Some of you, there may be a very significant partnership. If you are a water or fire sign, so that would be, water would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you may be connecting with a fire sign, or vice versa. You could be the fire sign connecting with the water sign, and the fire sign would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and that may be a significant partnership for you in this lifetime. That's just random though, it doesn't have to resonate. And that could also be like a best friend soulmate. That could also be like romantic soulmate. It could be either. So look throughout your life and pay attention to if that combination comes out anywhere. We have the Star in reverse. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and work even harder towards them because they will come true. Not even just your career dreams, also your relationship dreams. Okay, like if any of you want like marriage or children or whatever, stop playing around with these F boys and F girls, like believe in yourself, believe in what you want, believe in your dream, and be more bold, be more assertive when it comes to it. Okay, that is the universe's answer to your question with that. We have Death and Rebirth in reverse, and we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. Oh my gosh, yes. Major endings and new beginnings here. You're going to go through so many transformations, completely reinventing yourself, and you're going to end up so fortunate. You're like destined to experience prosperity in this life if you go through this journey that we're talking about. Oh my gosh, we have the Magician. You got to be kidding me. Literally making your dreams come true. Wow. Do you guys want more cards? Should we get more cards? Or are we good here? You have the King of Cups. Exactly. Divine creator. Very into relationships. Very spiritually connected. Yeah, I don't even know if there's more to say. I mean, I feel like we got to the essence of who you are. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Look at all these court cards, all these kings and queens coming out. This just goes to show, like, I see soul tribe energy, like really close-knit friendships. If you don't have this yet, it's definitely happening for you. And like a very loving, like, life, social life that you set up for yourself because you incarnated here with many soulmates. 10 of Cups, as we're saying that. Oh my God. See, that's just proof. That is just proof. Like literally happy family vibes. Even if it's not blood family, like chosen family vibes. Oh my gosh, I love that. We have the 5 of Pentacles, and you'll help each other overcome, your dark night of the soul. Like I said, you have this ability to take people to where their greatest shadow meets their greatest light. And those who pass that test and are able to, heal and reach their greatest potential with you, oh my God, like they're going to be like your ride or dies, because those people are going to be very few and far between, but you're going to meet them, you're going to manifest them. That's how you'll recognize who your soul tribe is, by the way, because your soul and your very essence, when you try to get into a deep friendship or relationship with someone, you always have this natural process of like seeing the best potential in people and really excited to guide them there. But you also see their darkest shadow and how that, gets in the way of their greatest potential. Like that is your gift, your psychic gift. And the people who work with you to really truly overcome those shadows and embrace their light, like those are your soulmates. So let's get one more card out. And they'll do the same for you. And it'll be a very reciprocated connection. That's another way you'll recognize your soulmates. One more card. Group number 3. You have the King of Swords reverse, of course. A whole group of people here. Absolutely. All coming to heal. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this for you. Thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 4, and welcome. Let's see who you really are and why you came here. So you have Saturn in Cancer in the 11th house, and Saturn is the planet of restrictions, challenges, hard work. However, it is also the planet where most of our massive blessings and prosperity can come from if we can overcome those challenges and work with the energy. So that is in Cancer, which rules over our relationships, specifically family, home, and foundational connections, and who we are on the inside, who we are when we are alone, that beautiful energy. And that's in the 11th house of Aquarius, which talks about where we fall into society in our larger friend groups. So this is a very social incarnation for you. You came here to really, really, really connect with so many people in your life. And, I feel that many of you, your greatest karmic lessons and growth are going to derive from your relationships with others. Not just romantic relationships, but also family relationships, friendships. Your greatest highs, like your highest highs and your lowest lows, are probably going to be connected to your relationships in this lifetime. I feel like a lot of you are going to benefit drastically. So I'm filming this before Pluto goes in Aquarius on January 20th. And that's going to be a major game changer for a lot of people, specifically the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. But I feel like, and that influence has been taking place for 15 years. So this shift is going to change a lot for the collective. And I feel that it is going to bring about a lot of very, very positive change, where you're not constantly feeling like just absolutely cursed in relationships and just having super high highs, super low lows. Like, things are going to start evening out for you. So I feel like if you selected group number 4, that particular transit that's taking place soon is really, really going to affect you. So a lot of you may probably be watching this after the transit already took place, and it's already happening for you. So look back on your past and how you've had very difficult relationships, friendships, upbringing, home life, whatever, and how you've learned from that, not only being difficult, but also some massive blessings and privileges you have with your family and your upbringing and all of that, because I feel like there's so much love there as well that really shaped you into who you are today. And I'm seeing a sense of nostalgia. Cancer rules over nostalgia, thinking back on the past with fondness, carrying traditions, and having a newfound sense of appreciation towards your own parents and family and siblings and upbringing and exes and all of that. So there will be a big shift that takes place at some point in your life, either in the past or presently, I feel, where you shift into this more nostalgic place where you're just so happy and grateful for all of the hardships you've endured, all of the challenges you've overcome, because it has brought you massive blessings. And that's the beauty of Saturn. Like, you're really on the struggle bus for a while, but once you master what Saturn is trying to teach you, your life becomes so prosperous and you actually excel in that area of life. And for you, I feel like you are going to feel so lucky and blessed in love, in family, in home. So like, a lot of you will manifest your dream home, I'm seeing, and in your friendships. So that's amazing. But let's get more info into who you are. So these 2 cards are actually tarot cards, but I'm going to read them like oracle. And you have the 5 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is a card of suffering. You have Saturn and the 5 of Pentacles. Like, a lot of you went through a lot. Like, I just need to pause for a minute and really like sit down with you guys here and express, like, you may be taking what you went through in life very lightly. You may be like, oh, I've had my traumas, I've had my trials, my tribulations, whatever, I'm fine. all is well. Like, I'm not crying. Like, no, you don't even realize how much you went through. You know what this is reminding me of? What's that actress's name? Cameron Diaz? Is that who I'm thinking of? Is that the one who was dancing in the rain? Why can't I remember her name? I can't remember like anything today. I need to look it up. Drew Barrymore. I don't know why I just forgot her name. And like there's like this video of her like dancing in the rain or like feeling really, really happy that it's like outside raining. It was a whole moment. And I look back at that and I'm like, of course, because there's like this certain level of gratitude that is only accessible when you face like unbearable challenges in life. Like you've really gone through the ringer. And it's like after moments like that, simple things such as like a really well-made cup of coffee or tea, or like fresh sheets on the bed, or the smell of rain, like you just get like orgasmically, ecstatically excited about and so grateful about when you've experienced the worst of the worst. And I don't think you guys realize that you fit in that category pretty well. Like, I don't know what the heck you've gone through, but you're extremely strong. And while it is like one of, your worst nightmares, it's also one of your greatest blessings. It's one of your greatest gifts. The universe that we live in is so neutral, so neutral, loving, peaceful. And all of the difficulties you encounter in life will swing back in the other direction, and you'll have incredible, like ecstatic, like just joy. And lucky for you, I feel like you've already been through that darkness, possibly earlier on in your life, or you may be coming out of it right now, possibly the last 15 years if you're watching this at the time that I'm filming it. And oh my gosh, like I just have a really, really, really deep feeling that the people who selected group number 4, while yes, your life was difficult up until this point, I'm just so excited for what's next for you. And I also just saw the number 132 repeated twice. 132, 132, which is a very specific number. Some of you may want to look up like the spiritual meaning of that number and see if there's any messages for you there. But that whenever I see repeating numbers during readings, that just is a sign to me that, what we're saying is true. I just have this feeling, really strong feeling, like there is about to be an explosion of love and money, prosperity, like goals being met, blessings coming your way, a whole explosion. And it's like the end of this huge karmic chapter for you that looks a lot like this, okay? We have the 3 of Stones, creativity. A lot of you are divine creators. I don't know why I'm seeing like crafting, creating, tinkering. Those words are coming out. Beautiful. I feel like many of you, especially with this Cancerian energy here, are creating like a family at some point in this life that is very different from the type of family that you grew up in, and that's something you're proud of. Like, you're undoing the negative aspects of what you grew up in this family that you're creating, and on the flip side, you're like embodying all the good parts and the nostalgic parts and carrying the torch, carrying the tradition in the good ways. So if any of you watching have children, I just want to say you're doing a tremendously good job. Or if that's something that's in the cards for you, again, tremendously good job. You don't even have to have children to create this family that I'm talking about. Like, this could even be like your family of friends, like best friends, or just you and your dog, or your cats, or your plants. Everyone has family, though, that they create. And I feel like you're doing a beautiful job of that. And your life is like this artwork that exists in spite of everything that you've been through, which is just so incredible. And this whole reading, I can't stop smiling for you guys. Like, there's really, really tremendously good stuff coming for you. And it feels like even 1,000 times better than it would for the average person because of everything that you had to go through in order to get to this point. So, do the ends justify the means? I can't answer that question, and it's not relevant, so I'm not going to. But we have the number 13, maybe a significant crossed, choices, stuck, searching for a purpose, daydreaming, indecision. This may be something that you struggle with at various points in your life. Should I do this? Should I do that? What is the purpose of my life? What is the meaning of my life? Trying to find meaning in all of this. And you know what? I think when you find something that you're passionate about, even if it doesn't necessarily on the surface help anyone, like say it's just an artistic thing, or like maybe you're really, really passionate about, I don't even know what's something, really, really passionate about math. And you just, love doing math and you become like a mathematician or like a math teacher or something. When you live a life full of passion, you do have purpose. You pass that wisdom, that knowledge, that ability down to other people. You keep society functioning. You do whatever you have to do. Like you tell stories, you teach, you guide, you serve the world at large. And that's when you find your purpose. Sorry, I have the hiccups. We have clarity coming out for you. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. I love that. Beautiful. And then your archetype is Gnosis. Interesting. We're going to have to read this one from the book. Let's see. This is going to be a deep one. I know it though. All right, LXX, that is 75. LXXV, the number 75, may be significant for some of you. Also known as the innermost knowing and mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures and scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that arises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. I want to pause and say, I do feel a lot of scientists in this group of some sort, whether that's like math or like material sciences or something, or even medicinal sciences. I feel so many scientists here and alchemists. Science and spirituality are two sides of the same coin. There's always been like this huge fight, like which is true science, spirituality. It's literally the same thing using different words, okay? And both can learn a lot from each other. They're two sides of the same coin. So that's why scientists and academics, these people in search of higher wisdom, higher knowledge rather, I spiritually view them as the same archetype as the type of people who are spiritually minded into the esoteric studies, because you're both in search of this higher wisdom, higher knowledge. And some of the absolute greatest scientists of all time were both logically scientific, with, trusting in the math and the materials, but also deeply spiritual. People like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, they were very deeply spiritual beings who sort of saw where quantum physics and sciences met these broader spiritual truths that the shamans, the indigenous of the world, have been exploring for millennia. So, wow, you guys find yourself in that category of people. Wow. Incredible. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. This tells us so much about you. Oh my gosh. And we mentioned that earlier, searching for your purpose in life, like what is the meaning of life? And then we talked about your passion. I felt guided to talk about how when you find a passion, like give yourself to it completely and your life will have meaning. And we have that confirmed here in Gnosis. You came here to study your passion and your purpose, whatever that is. Comment down below, group number 4. What is your passion? What is your purpose? I, for example, if I were relating to this reading, like my absolute passion is shamanism and traversing the spiritual realm and the physical realm and the connection between through tarot, through readings, through healings, through Reiki, through Feng Shui, through everything. I love it. I am obsessed with it. I am constantly talking to the universe. That is my passion. Okay. That and cats. So what is your passion? It could be anything. It could be many things. It could be esoteric. It could be scientific. It could be, crocheting could be your passion for all I care. You are a guardian of Gnosis, the innermost knowings, the mystic truths of the universe. There is a very limited amount of people who are granted access to certain spiritual truths that grant tremendous power. And you are one of those people. You are one of the sacred few chosen to really understand the deeper ways in which this universe works. And oh my gosh, you're just great. I love you guys. When you're in your light attributes, you are contemplating the mystery, the unanswerable questions. And when you're in your shadow attributes, you're over intellectualizing and literalizing and asking others. So when you're in your shadow attributes, I feel like, oh my God, this is so weird because in between group number 3 and group number 4, I took a break and I started scrolling through Instagram. And I saw a video that was talking about over-intellectualizing your emotions, which may look like, constantly reading self-help books and journaling but not feeling any better and, things like that, asking for other people's opinions and help all the time. That's your shadow attribute, guys. So funny how that came up right before your reading and then it came up in your reading. So one thing you may want to do here is not be so dependent on the opinions and advice of your family and friends, which we see that Cancer energy, that Aquarius energy, family, friends, and learn how to listen to your own intuition more. Okay, I think you guys have a very special form of mediumship and psychic abilities where you can see advice and signs all external to you, all around you. So that means you'll see signs from the universe in birds or animals or advice that people give you all around you. You see all these signs and you rely off of that. But it's equally important to rely on your intuition, your own gut feelings from within and what you want to do from within and create that sort of connection with yourself. So just keep that in mind. You're very powerful guardians of higher truth, knowledge and wisdom in this universe. So incredible. And I feel like you came here to continuously uncover the mysteries of the world. You guys, I think it was group number 1 or 2, I forget which one, are very similar to them though, because you both have an addiction to learning, an addiction to expanding your mind and soul. And it reminds me of that episode from Avatar: The Last Airbender where they're in a desert and they're looking for this hidden library and it's buried beneath the sand, and this library contains I think every book ever written, every book, scroll thing written by man, sort of like the Library of Alexandria that burned down in Egypt back in the like ancient days, and it just had so much wisdom, and when it burnt to the ground, so much was lost for humanity. And humanity fell into a period of like illiteracy and disease and everything. It was terrible. And that's what happens when you ban books. But anyways, I think of you, that was totally a tangent. I think of you guys as that owl figure who is in that library, and he just like is permanently there, like a permanent fixture of that library, and just has so much joy in learning and reading everything that humanity comes up with. Almost like this sacred gatekeeper. Okay, like when I do shamanic journeys, for example, there's always a gatekeeper, like literally a gatekeeper, keeping the gate to the under realm and the upper realm. And like this is a very like divine, set in stone spirit who's been here for a timeless amount of time. Like you look back in any culture, they always speak of this gatekeeper. They always speak of some sort of river or body of water in the underworld, with the lost souls, and things like this keep popping up. It's like a permanent fixture of the universe that keeps popping up in various cultures and places. So it's definitely a real spirit that is like ingrained in the tapestry of life here. And I feel like you guys, this might sound a little bit crazy, are a similar type of spirit where it's like you have a permanent fixture in the tapestry of life, as we all do, but it's like yours is very like bigger than, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. This is just flowing out of me. You're a lot more important than I think you realize. Like you're this sort of keeper of knowledge and wisdom, holder of universal secrets and sciences. And I feel like your spirit, in like your higher self, is this incredibly powerful, almost like godlike energy that discerns and decides which wisdom will exit and enter into humanity at various points in history. Wow, what a message to channel. Oh my gosh. That felt like a personal reading though, because I know that there are many people watching group number 4, but that felt like a very particular message. So I wonder if one person here really, really resonates with that message, or if many of you resonate with that message, and you're all like these sort of, I don't want to call you a fragment, like you all share that sort of really massive higher soul, which doesn't make you any less of an individual, but this just goes into like the deeper physics and hierarchies of spirit and souls. But you guys are probably following this just knowing that Gnosis came out for you. But I feel like if the average person watching one of my readings, like they would be like, what the heck are you talking about, if they were watching your video. But oh my gosh, all right, I feel like you guys can get into really, really deep discussions. I feel like I need to breathe. Like, oh my God, you have an intense energy about you. Anyways, this is a homemade oracle deck that I've been shuffling for a long time now. I made it literally just for this reading. And this is going to tell us why you decided to incarnate into this lifetime in particular. So you have voice of the divine. This kind of is similar to what I was trying to say there. Like you're this sort of higher, very, very, very higher, important, like over spirit. That's not even the right word. I don't know. You express the collective experience, divine will, and impactful energies through self-expression, speaking, music, dance, comedy, writing, art, etc. So think of like the throat chakra center. You guys may do something in that area, speaking the divine, the divine will, but also like the collective experience of humanity. Think of comedians, for example. They have a magic about them where they can sort of tune into what everyone's thinking but no one's saying, and say it in a very funny way. Or musicians, they experience personal heartbreak and happiness, and they channel that into their songs, and it touches many, 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 many people who may be going through similar experiences. They sort of alchemize that experience to heal hundreds, thousands of people. And this same thing can apply to fashion, visual arts, even like architecture, design, everything. Like I said, you guys decide what wisdom goes into this world and humanity and what exits. So you may be a channeler of divine wisdom, and also like certain ideas, like very innovative ideas, come through you a lot. Okay. And if you can choose to act on them or not act on them, because here's the thing, you're the channeler. So for example, you may get a really, really good idea. Like, oh my God, this actually happened to me one time. I was like, someone should design an app that's like a dating app, but they should like use it to find cool friends who are into similar things. And then I swear to God, after I had that thought, Bumble BFF became a thing. So I'm just saying, like, you may have that ability and you don't have to take action on those ideas. You just channel them into this collective, you know? You're tuned into much, much, much higher realms, like beyond the collective of humanity on Earth at this time. And you can channel these things in. We have curse breaker. Wow, this is a very important one. Your family may be messed up and it ends with you. You break curses within humanity that throws us off balance. You guys came here for some very dutiful reasons, okay? You are really healing and changing the course of humanity. Light worker, of course. You see the best possible future clearly for all of the world, every individual, every spirit. Your guidance is correct 100% of the time, okay? You have the ability to see the best possible outcomes in all situations. And that breaks down even further, like how you actually see someone's, you know, best future path, or the best future path for like politics, global government, whatever, may come through clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, whatever. And that's just like your internal psychic senses. We have Earth Guardian. Guys, you are important. You came here with a purpose, okay? Like, you are here and you said, we're going to heal humanity, okay? We're going to channel in some new information. We're going to change things up, get rid of some of these curses. We're going to protect the Earth. You serve Mother Earth, protecting and healing the land, oceans, animals, people, etc. Eating clean, not contributing to, or trying not to contribute to anything that may damage the earth, not just humans, but the earth as a whole, and the animals, the plants, everything. And then you have Starborn. I knew it. You guys feel like you reign from like much, much higher realms, okay? And now don't get an ego about this though. Oh my God, that pisses me off. I know some people who get under my skin. It's like annoying. They don't even get under my skin. It's just funny to watch. Where they're so spiritually connected, like very powerful psychics, mediums, light workers, but then they get to in their head about it. Like, they let it go to their head. That's what I'm trying to say. And they just have such an ego. Don't become that person. I think you may be prone to that. I'm telling you right now, like, keep your ego in check. And in fact, life may humble you several times over, okay? If you keep this up. That may have already happened to you, though. Starborn, you are not originally from here. You came to bring progressive new ideas to humanity and speed up evolution. I told you, y'all are aliens, okay? Spiritual aliens. But you love it here. You know, some of you may have had to come to terms with being here though, but you have Earth Guardian as well. So I think you're nice and balanced. One of the biggest mistakes I see spiritual people make is, you know, not nurturing their connection to Mother Earth, respecting that and viewing it as the massive gift and blessing that it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna get some tarot though. I went off on enough tangents today with you guys. Who are you? Why are you here? This is going to be a long reading, a long video, I feel. Who are you? Why are you here? Okay. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. Interesting card to come out. You know, I feel like it's not just everything we just talked about. as to why you're here. I do feel you also have some unfinished karmic business that pulled you back to Earth as well. So you may have had some previous lifetimes on Earth where someone may have done you dirty, or you may have done someone dirty, and you're resolving some of that in this lifetime, I feel. And you may already have done that. You may have more to go. I'm not sure. That'll be a very personalized individual thing. Knight of Cups. Yeah, very romantic card. Relationships are huge for you. I mean, relationships were pretty huge for most of the groups, particularly like you and group number 3, though. Like, relationships came out very, very strongly. Knight of Cups also shows very creative energy. Knight of Cups are like my little musicians and artists and fashionistas and people who use their expression, their creativity to just beautify the world and spread mass messages of healing and love and light. Beautiful. And you can even do this in a simple way through your personal relationships, and that'll still spread rapidly. Like, you don't have to be famous to get massive healing done on this planet, because once you show love and kindness and acceptance to one person, their life is forever changed, and they spread love and compassion and kindness to many other people, and it kind of starts this chain reaction of light and evolution in the planet and healing in the planet. So that is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. We have the Page of Wands. There's so much creative, youthful energy. I just got the message too. Some of you watching may be working with children in this lifetime, and I don't even mean having children. Like, I'm literally seeing teaching, okay? And I saw that earlier, math teacher came up. Some of you may be teachers of some sort, and you could be teaching adults as well. It doesn't have to just be children, but I see a lot of you as professors, teachers, coaches, guides. So some of you may be doing that, or even just taking on apprentices for your craft, whatever that is. And even if you're not there yet, you may get there. I also picked up on tattoo artists watching. So someone may be a tattoo artist, and you may eventually have an apprentice, something like that. We have the Lovers in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, this is that karmic connections that I saw pulled you back to Earth as well. They're going to be rough to work through. I'm not even going to lie to you. Okay. They're going to be rough, but you'll do it. All right. You'll make it through. You'll get on the other side. I mean, there's not much to say, because that, if I want to keep talking about that, it'll be very different for all of you watching. We have the Devil coming out in reverse right next to the Lovers in reverse. That's very significant. Okay, many of you watching may have to break out of really toxic relationships, or even a toxic family upbringing that involves addiction, abuse, neglect. And this is you were karmically bound for this to happen. And some of you maybe have questioned the universe at times, I was just a child, how could this happen? Or I'm innocent, I'm very loving, how could this happen? And to answer that question, I think you're gonna have to take an individual deep dive into the lower realms to revisit some past lives, versions of yourself that needs some karmic reconciliation and healing. The reason why some of that may have happened, and you were in these very toxic, bad relationships in your life, maybe because of stuff that has happened in past lives. I'm seeing that. So you came here for many different reasons, okay? But first and foremost, you are resolving past life conflicts that were not, reconciled, and a piece of your soul, a literal fragment of your soul, may be bound to this earth as a ghost from these past lives, and you were born into this life to reconcile that part of you. And bring it back to your main consciousness, that's a whole thing that can happen. Oh my gosh, we're getting into deep spiritual work territory here. And, you may have had your own personal vices to overcome as well. We have Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, exactly. Lots of healing. And it's funny. You're bringing so much healing to the planet, but almost everyone who has this life purpose has to heal themselves as well. And I'm pretty sure every single group that I read today is some form of healer, which is not shocking to me because honestly, like as a tarot reader, I always connect with other healers and other tarot readers, other like people in this because, we're into the same stuff. But I do believe that everybody on this planet has, a way in which they could be a healer and heal. So I feel like that's something that's shared collectively by humankind, to be these guardians of the earth and help heal and restore balance and peace once again. But a lot of people have fallen out of touch with that, and you may be helping those people, and you may also be someone who awakens other healers as well, other teachers. So that's really interesting. Other people to live their dream. You have the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you see, you guys are going to go through so much crap. Like, you have. And we're going back to what I picked up on early on in your reading, which honestly made me so sad, because you have been through so much in this life already. Three of Cups reversed, like four next to the Four of Swords, next to the Devil reversed, next to the Lovers reversed, like this whole four cards right here. You guys have been betrayed at like the highest levels, like multiple times in a row is what I'm seeing, through like either by like friends, family, romance partners, like, oh my gosh. And your heart just kept breaking and breaking, and you would sit there and you'd sew it back together. You'd reclaim your independence, your ability to love yourself, to enjoy life, and then it happened again and again and again. Oh my gosh. Seven of Pentacles reverse. You're growing a dream. You're growing who you are as a person. Who are you? Why are you here? Ten of Cups. Yeah, guys, you're gonna have this beautiful soul family that's gonna be everything that you wish you had earlier on in your life. I feel like you're the type of people where your life is gonna age like fine wine. Like, it's gonna, your life's gonna get better and better and better and better the older you get, which is great, you know. I love that for you. And a lot of you also came here to have a family, which again is a very common theme. Most people, I feel like, have families. And you came here to experience that and great love as well. Soulmate connections with the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Very beautiful. We have the Magician in reverse. Oh my gosh. You really had to heal from and overcome douchebags, manipulators, cheaters, liars, stealers, people with horrendous addictions that got in the way of love. Like, oh my God. You had to believe in yourself. You had to restore confidence in yourself in order to undo the karmic ties to like constantly reconnecting with people like this. You had to learn how to nurture the soulmate within in order to, yeah, oh my God, Three of Swords. Should we take this? Let's just take a look at it and then move on. That was too many cards. Wow. You guys are so strong. The Tower, this is very significant actually. I feel like many of you who selected group number 4 had a moment in your life, and this feels like a shamanic initiation almost, where it was a massive, massive turning point at some point in your life where literally your entire reality shifted in a short amount of time because of something that could have happened. So this could have been like a sudden, like near-death experience that changed everything for you. This could have been like a sudden crazy like relationship that took off or like broke off or whatever, and your entire life changed overnight. This could have been like an accident. This could have been so many different, it doesn't even have to be bad. This could even be like a sudden, unexpected, beautiful opportunity that completely changes your life and the entire trajectory of your life. You know, for me, I had an experience like this that I'll share with you, where for the first 18 years of my life, I was pretty much on a trajectory to be like an artist and go to art school and all of that. And I had this, like, the year of 2016 was horrible for me. I was in a horrific abusive relationship, and I had my shamanic initiation, very not planned. It wasn't like, you know, I have a community where there's like mediums and everything surrounding me. Like, no, this was like literally spirits were my guides, and they were going to teach me how to be a medium. And I had this horrific like death experience. There was like a 27-hour period of, like, if I described it, you would say it's like just psychosis, whatever. There was a lot that happened that year, and that was my tower moment. Oh my God, my whole reality was shattered. Because I'm like, what the heck just happened to me? Like, I completely like was hopping dimensions and died and everything for like 27 hours. It's a whole story. I did make a video on it. I forget the title of the video. I did make a video on it though. And that was my tower moment. And I see at some point in your life, you have a tower moment where your whole entire reality crumbles before your very eyes. And that sets you on a completely different trajectory in life than what you were going on. And this is coming out right underneath the devil in reverse. So what this tells me, and the lovers reversed, what this tells me is that the trajectory you were on previous to this tower moment, you would have ended up, now this is an alternate reality. This is not your reality. This exists somewhere in the universe though, where this tower moment didn't happen, okay? Hear me out. All right, you were on a certain path in life, and this path would have led you to addiction, okay? Or some sort of like alcoholism, very strong codependency, abuse. I'm seeing abusive relationship here with the lovers reverse, the devil reverse, like a whole entire toxic lifestyle on like every level is what I'm seeing. And then you had this tower moment, and that completely jolted you awake spiritually and took you off of this trajectory. That's what happened to you. And that is very hard, difficult, and intense. It's like the biggest blessing and simultaneously the biggest curse at the same time, because this is not easy. Let me tell you, it is not easy. And that's the Five of Pentacles energy I was feeling earlier. Like, what you went through was horrendously difficult, and like words cannot describe it. And 99.9% of the people on this planet would crumble if they went through what you went through, and you're still standing, which shows how powerful of a spirit you are. Let me tell you, your life is going to get better. Okay, think of that actress I mentioned earlier. What the heck is her name? I can't remember again. We have the Four of Wands. Oh yeah, I feel like marriage is in the card for you guys. Marriage, happy home, happy family. You're gonna be so, so, so happy. Like, I can't even begin to describe the levels of happiness. Six of Swords, exactly. Your chaos turns into peace. Oh my gosh. You guys spent many years in a dark place, and you may not have even fully recognized it while you were there, but you are finding peace and purpose and blessings, passion, and it's all growing, and it's like not stopping. Like, your life is getting better and better and better as life goes on, and you live more in accordance to your life purpose as time goes on as well. Beautiful, healthy relationships are in the cards for you. Creative expression, death and rebirth in reverse. Exactly. Two of Cups in reverse. Wow, Two of Cups reverse, Three of Cups reverse, Devil reverse, Lovers reverse. But then you also have the Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups, Four of Wands. There's like a massive like turnaround in your relationships in particular, like going from toxic family, friends, romance, everything, to like soul family, people who are like the nicest people on the planet surrounding you. Like, it is a complete 180 transformation. Like, you really magicianed your way into this change. Page of Swords in reverse. This is like a youthful energy. You know, one thing I am seeing though, group number 4, you have a ton of ideas that you just need to get started on, I feel, and believe in. Like, some of you may have like ideas in the back of your head, like, oh, I'm going to open my own shop. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn the trumpet. I'm going to learn this language. And it's like, just get to it. You know, life is too short. Nine of Wands, get to it. There may be some residual fears regarding everything that you've gone through. And you may be wondering, like, will these fears or these symptoms like PTSD or constantly being on edge, relationship anxiety, abandonment issues, anything, will it ever go away, really? Because you were in that space for so long. And I feel that question in many of your heads. And like I said, life is just going to keep getting better and better and better for you guys. And I feel like the darkness, the major darkness is over. And like, you're just going to keep improve. Like, the karma is over. Queen of Cups, exactly. This is what you're transcending into, back into, shall I say. This is very sensitive, connected, emotionally fulfilled, super creative, divine being, like crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm going to leave your reading there, guys. This was beautiful. Thank you for existing. Okay, like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.